Good morning, good afternoon, and hello to everybody. See, we've got a nice big crowd here already with Discord, on Discord, and then some of the guys there on YouTube. Then we've got Warner and Steve and Hendrik, Christoph. Good morning, guys. Right, so first of all, I hope you had a good week, and I hope that you can have good rest over the weekend to get ready for the next week, kind of a thing. We're going to fly in the interim, and you guys are welcome to join us as always. Feel free to make your comments and just have a nice chat with us as we go on. Just a quick note also is I'm flying 17A, fix 17A, which I see it's not in the dev room. So this is something Zibo gave me, and he's obviously never given it to the rest of the development team. So that's fine. The thing that was fixed, I did put some screenshots in there, is basically the center display. So if you click on that button over there and you go to the center display, there was a couple of things that he fixed over there. The screenshots is in the description below the video, so you should pick it up there. He didn't change anything else, and I've noticed, especially on Facebook in the Zibo community group, there's a lot of wild claims that things have changed and so on, and it's not even been touched. So I'm not sure if it's an installation problem or what the problem is, but I don't think it's anything to do with Zibo, to be honest. Good morning, Robert. Goeiemorgen. So yeah, that's all the formalities and everything taken care of. We are now at Olbia. I think that's what you call this place, LIEO. Olbia in Italy. Yeah, Costa Smeralda. And we are going to fly to Genoa. Now, the interesting thing is that there might or there might not be weather when we arrive. As you can see, we've got a bit of moisture here in the air. It was raining. It's still raining, not that hard, but it is still raining. So, guys, when you do your performance calculations this morning, make sure that you actually tell the system that it's wet. So when you actually do these calculations, and then remember on page 2 of your performance at the end of your FMC programming that you also tell it it's wet, so that you get all the correct calculations and things going into the system. Just remember that. Tommy, good morning. You are, yes. Tell me. Okay. It's rainy weather. Sorry, Mac. It's raining weather. It's raining weather. Let me show you what I've picked up. Thank you for that, Mac. Yeah, good morning. But it's a valid point, actually. You see, when you think in Afrikaans and you speak in English, things go wrong. So anyway, gents, we're gonna go there. Okay. We have an interesting situation in that the weather when I did this planning an hour and a half ago was for, what's it, runway 05, runway 10, what do they call that runway over there? Let's just have a look, see, I can't remember. Runway 10, okay, which is basically what I'm showing here. So what we have is you've got guidance to that point, and then you have to manually fly and land visually, okay? So I don't know, according to that satellite image, the weather has changed a little bit. In terms of our visibility, we've still got 6,000, so we can still do it. So I think we're going to have to... Is this the right one? No, it's not. Hang on. There's the arrival. Right, so it's still runway 10. Right, our visibility, that's even better. But it is rainy. So you guys have to make sure that you understand that the automation is going to drop you right at that point, and then you're going to have to make the turn and land. So it's a bit of a challenge for you this morning, but do your best. Eh? Don't let it intimidate you. Just go for it, and let's see how far we get. Okay. So just be aware of that. Those were the big things I just wanted to point out to you. Otherwise, don't know, did anybody else see anything? You want to put something on the table for us? Nothing. Okay. You're very quiet. You must not be so quiet. Alright, so I'm just going to start setting up, gents. It's going to take me about 15 minutes to get going here, and then we can go. Right, I've got flight level 300, gentlemen, for your information. Alright, maybe I can just mention one more thing to you guys. We finished with the loading here. Okay, in the Zibo, and until such time as Starport has actually fixed the whole Zibo compatibility issue, I've actually disabled my loading just to show you guys. I still use the SAM power on the jetway, but my external payload is disabled because as much as it was working on some of my previous streams, it just stopped working completely, which is unfortunate. But you know, now they tell us, if you go to their Discord, you'll see Martin says he'll work on it this week. All right, so in the interim, that's how it is. No, Christian, I still use the SAM power, and what I do is I come to this page in SAM, and then I just click on enable, and then it magically enables it, you know, just like normal. But I did disable the external load, so external payload disabled. Jetway power is on SAM. If you don't want to use the SAM, put it on, but you can have to restart the X-Plane, and then you can use the Zibo GPU again. You know, it's just, that's your personal choice. Right, and that's it. I think covered all the basics now. Once they fixed it on their side, and it's actually doing what it should do, and it's actually easy. There's 2 steps. Number 1, they need to take the downloaded SimBrief information and propagate it to page number 2. Let me show you while we're talking about it. It's a very easy fix. It's not difficult. You go to the plan view. What you get here, this aircraft information, the payload information here is correct because it comes from the Zibo template on SimBrief. Anyway, as long as you use our template, then it's fine. But the moment you go to this page, there's a change, and they need to get rid of the change. Those values that change is incorrect. So I can see they've obviously worked on it. When we started complaining, it was like a 2,000 kilogram difference that they brought in, which we don't want. So once that's done, it's done. It's easy. Oh, and the other step is Zibo makes provision for 1,631 kilograms for the crew. That's 2 pilots and 4 hostesses, okay? Cabin crew, whatever you want to call them. And basically, that just needs to be provided for, because you don't want to influence those numbers that I just showed you. I mean, once that's done, it's done, as far as I'm concerned. So, FYI. Right, did I do them? Yes, I did. Didn't switch them. Good morning, Sasha. It must be the same, Christian. If it's not the same, then you need to troubleshoot on your side and see what changed, because we didn't change anything. I'll show you as I program the FMC now. You'll see it all works exactly as it should. And that reminds me, I did fiddle with Sam. Let's just see if my payload is correct. 17.6. Yes, it is. Yes, I did the balance. Okay. So then it should be perfect. I'm going to leave this on here, and then you can follow me. I'll zoom in for you a bit. Here's my OFP, so let's find it. Get a bit bigger. Come on. So you'll see we're going to check that one, and we're going to also check the takeoff weight. We need to be at about 66.0 because the extra 1 is just the taxi fuel. So we're going to check it out now. Yes, Denmark, that's what I showed earlier. You just go to the hardware setup, page 2, and you take it off SAM and you put it to on. Once you've done that, the normal Zibo GPU will just work. It will cut out the SAM one. Right, company route, LIEO, LIJ. Just want to set my lights here quickly. Right, looks a bit better. Zero, 0, 1, then we want to check this. Yeah, I've just shown it, but let me show you quickly again. You go to settings, hardware, page 2, jetway power, you switch it to on, you get it off SAM. So currently mine is on SAM and I've got the external payload disabled. So for your GPU to come back to the Zibo GPU, just put it on. See, there's a bit of an error still they need to fix. That's why I don't do it, because I know you have to restart explain. The moment you change it, restart explain to have it to work properly. Right, so departure, let's just quickly do the first things first. The runway 05. How's it, Peter? OLBEK, there we go. Then we've got the arrival. Right, what's okay? Well, sorry guys, give me a second. There you go. Okay, that's cool, Kevin. I'm back. Denmark, yes, you should be. That is supposed to put you back onto the normal Zibo situation. Alright, let's go. We're going to use RNAV A. So I'm going to select RNAV A. That transition. And Indo to Papa. Right. Route. There's nothing wrong there, and I'm just going to execute it. SAM 3, we're all on SAM 3, so if you are still on SAM 2, you need to update, please. We're a long time no more on SAM 2. Right, and that is our drop-off point exactly as we have it on the chart. Quickly bring the chart back. Let me just reset the zoom. Reset. So there we go. Mike Juliet 814. Mike Juliet 814. That's the end of our line there, and the next step is to go to either a go around. That's the little cyan dotted line, or otherwise we can have a visual landing there. So that's perfect. Right, we've got 1013, that's perfectly fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to route, then performance initialization. Alright, so let's get this thing back on screen. Right, so we have 60.7. Christian, this is for you, buddy. There you have it. There's 60.7. Perfect. Our takeoff weight is given at 66.1. So in actual fact, I'm supposed to add 1, which gives us 66.2. The difference, that 100 kilograms, is our taxi fuel and provision for APU and things like that. So that's perfect. Our reserves, I'm going to get from there, make it 2.5. Let's quickly go back to Sam, just for your interest. Let's quickly go back there. Right, so these are the numbers. 3.1.5 is definitely the base plug-in. Ground services 1.02. That's correct, Tommy. You don't, well, no, not really. It's not really correct. Yes, you can by jippoing it, okay? But where I would start is I would let Sam finish, then fix the values in the tablet, because the tablet is the heart of the Zibo. The FMC will get the values from the tablet. So rather do it that way. Okay, so instead of overriding the FMC like I've shown you before, go to the tablet rather. Okay, it's a better way of handling the Zibo. Pleasure. Right, okay, our SCL temperature for today is going to be 51, believe it or not. All right, now let me show you. I think I can just drag it. There we go. So we've got 51. Our N1 projected is 92.7. We've got 92.8. No, that's not bad. All right, then we're going to use flaps 5 and takeoff. Yes, we did not change that. Oh, we could put that in flaps 5.
Ready for pre-flight procedure.
Right, so we've got between 136 and 138, so we're out by 1 legal. 144. Okay, you know what we did not do? Tell you what we did not do. Wet. Oh, wet. We need to put it on wet. Then go back. Right, then let's check it. Right, so that's a bit lower. VR is a little bit more, and that one, okay, it's close enough. We won't die. Good enough. Right, so I'm going to start my APU, gentlemen. I'll be out of here. I'll be pushing in about 5 minutes. Oops, that was a bit fast. 146. Alright, so we set with that. Let's just add slightly and get Linda to set it for us.
Trim up.
Off. There you go. Now we know it's okay. I beg your pardon, sir. Other way around. Need to have you on green.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
By the way, guys, I haven't shown you really. In the beginning, it was, turning around it, but Bravo 737, Tony, gave me a new livery. Same one as before. The difference is this one is now silver and polished instead of the
Okay, all
white
doors and hatches are
background.
closed, ready to
So,
connect.
looks nice. I like that. It's kind of pronounced. Looks nicely on the nose. Really, really nice. Very impressed with this. That's possible, Denmark. It's very possible.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
I'm not sure whether that is actually a Zibo problem or an X-plane problem, because I've got it in other aircraft as well. I'll have to find out. And the funny thing is, usually for me when it happens, I've got multiple screens, right? So when I click on the outside and I go to one of the other apps and I click back on a knob, that's also usually when my one gets stuck. Like, it's a problem. Also, the other way is if I click and hold it and then I start dragging it and I move off the screen, then it gets stuck as well. It becomes a problem. So there are multiple instances where something like that can actually happen. Sasha, as far as I know, he does sell them. For us, he did a how can I put it, a deal. I don't get charged for these ones. He's doing it out of the love of, doing it. But as far as I know, you can actually pay him and he will make liveries for you. Okay, I think I'm ready and set. Let me just check one more time on the outside. All the doors are closed and the overhead. Righto, guys. Who's left here? Am I the last one left in this airport? Like,
Yeah, I'm well on my way, Nico.
okay, sorry about that. Let's go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Before start procedure.
Before start
Flight
procedure.
attendants prepare for departure, cross-check and all call, thank you.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Interesting.
Before start procedure complete.
Start number 2 engine.
Ready for before start checklist. Starting number 2 engine. N2.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Starter cutout.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Catch you later, Nico.
Good
Uncle
luck
John.
again, this John.
Good luck. Start number 1 engine.
Go is disconnected and bypass speed has been removed.
Starting
And
number
signal
1
authorized.
engine.
We'll see you next time.
I forgot my mic was muted. Sasha, I'm not sure if you heard me, or Denmark, if you heard me. So let's start with Denmark. Just to recap quickly, go to hardware in the settings, turn off the smart MCP knobs. That's the one thing, like I showed already. And then Sasha, yeah, the cabin is copied from one of my other liveries. Bravo 737 did not make me a custom interior yet. I'm actually not sure if he's going to do it. I don't mind either way.
25 and 2.
The guy's done so much already and he's still got a lot of work ahead of him, you know, to do all the level ups, to do the Zibo. It's a lot of work, and then to turn everything into CSLs and MTLs, a massive amount of work. I can't expect more from him.
Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete. Ready for before taxi procedure. Flaps 5 set.
Right, there we go. Yes, he is.
Taxi lights on.
Wow, it's pouring almost. It's just a lot of water coming down here.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist.
Well, thankfully in our country here we've had enough rain for a long time, so it stopped for a while, so I hope it stays away for a while as well. We really had a lot. Robert, I don't know if I properly thanked you earlier, but thank you for that screenshot. I'll send it off to Mako sometime during the flight, but just again, thank you.
Approaching 05. On runway 05.
Stabilized. Takeoff thrust set.
Should have said that pillar center before starting the toga there, but anyway.
Throttle full. Positive rate.
Christian, did you go to page 2 in SAM and actually enabled the ground power? Because what you're describing is that you're trying to use the Zibo ground power when SAM is now interfering, and you shouldn't. You need to go to the SAM thing. Let me show you here.
Acceleration altitude.
SAM main window, you have to go to the pre-flight and enable your ground power over here. Then you don't press that button. You never touch that button, because pressing that automatically switches it on. Alright, so that's the procedure. You click there, that goes on, you leave it.
Flaps 2 set.
It will. That was the whole point of fixing it, making it more real.
Flaps up set.
And as easy as that, we climbed out under the Milky Way there.
Approaching transition.
Hendrik, it's the ski rain effect from Zibo. So if you go to settings, configure, visual effects, put it on ski. The reason why it looks so good is because I'm using xEnviro. That's all.
Transition altitude.
That's the reason it looks so good. If you're using Active Sky, it needs to rain a hell of a lot to get that effect. But in xEnviro, for some reason, it really likes that effect, and then it just does that. But Christian, in SAM, I just showed you, you have to enable ground power to get the ground power to work. Otherwise, go into the tablet, take it off on both of those settings, because it sounds like you're getting confused. If you, sorry, it's on the hard way. You go to page 2. Make sure that the jetway power is set to on. It will bypass SAM. Then SAM has got no influence on it. And external needs to be disabled. So rather than don't use SAM, if it's going to confuse you, get rid of it.
Flight level 100. Landing light switches off.
Christian, it will just be a few days. Martin said he'll work on it this coming week, and then everything should be smoothed out and fixed and all. I'll keep you guys updated. Hello, Vim. Christian, then something changed again that I'm not aware of, but that is how it worked for me when I was testing it. So, don't know what to say, buddy. Put the power then back on Sam and just remember the sequence. Otherwise, you're gonna have to remove it, like you said, eh? Okay, Christian, that's cool. As long as you figure it out, it's perfect. Until they fix it, yes, that's exactly what it means. And I mean, I've told you this 2-3 times now. They're working on it. They'll fix it this week, hopefully. If they are to do what they promised, they will fix it. So don't worry about it. It will be done. Most welcome, Christian. Most welcome. Ah, Scotsman. Yeah, with a little bit of sleep that you get, you are welcome. You're given, no problem. Thank you, Mark. Let's see how far we are. Top of climb, 10 miles. While I'm waiting, I might as well start prepping a bit.
1,000 to go.
Yeah, sleep's overrated. Scotsman, as long as you don't kill over and die, then it's all good. Relatively short flight, 77 nautical miles for top of descent. Not bad. Let's quickly look at this chart again. Alright, so this is RNAV. We need 0.57 in the course value. 0.57. That's correct. We're going to take the iOS out. It does not be active. We're going to put in that VOR 108.6. There we go. So ILS is not active. 108.6. That is done. Then we want to descend to 2,500 and our MDA is 1250. Alright, so we're going to add extra 40. So, well, let's make it 1,300 and we know we're safe. It was 1,300. Oops, I went too far. 1,300 and 017. Right, PFD is set. Let's go for auto brake 2. Alright, the rest seems fine. Right, then we're going to descend to 2,500. In actual fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to go down to 13. Because if Ian doesn't work, we can at least use the VNAV to go down. So we're going to make it 1,300. 13, there you go. Right, so in the event that Ian doesn't work on this approach, which is highly likely that it won't work because there's no runway, there's no glide path, nothing. We're going to just use the VNAV to continue down to our MDA plus the 4050 we added. So that'll be fine. We're going to go right to the end of the descent, right to where this line ends, and then we're going to fly visually and manually further. Right, so it's that point over there where the orange stops and the yellow begins. From there on, we're on our own.
procedure.
Yeah, all those clouds out there. All the rain. You can see it miles and miles away. Oh goodness, that's not good, Neil. Is that part of the Australian tour still? Australia-New Zealand tour? I can imagine. I can imagine. I've come close to crashing at Queenstown. You know, if you really follow the real chop and you do that manual 360 around that one hill and then line up. During that turn, I found myself once or twice really coming close to slipping. You know, you have to hold on to this Boeing for dear life. Eh? Neil, I just answered the question there for you on Facebook. I hope you don't mind. Leo was asking a question. I just slipped an answer in there. Visibility 7,000 feet between Jordan pointed out. I don't have a lot of fuel left, so that's that's when the panic set in. Woo! Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's how we learn, my friend. That's how we learn. We can look at the enemy. So if you go to center, it's basically this page. Anything that's got to do with center. So it's on the map view, the VOR view, and also the approach view. That will only work if you've got an ILS set up. That's why it's telling me that there's a disagreement. So unless it picks that one up now, yeah, there you go. See, now the problem goes away, but we don't have an ILS set for today. So it's just basically this. The little screenshot links is in the description below the video. Then you'll see all 3 modes where we tested them. Cool, Scotsman. He was asking if LibRain has been enabled for Vulkan, and the short answer is yes, but the explanation that comes behind that is just crazy. So it's easier just to say, no, it's OpenGL with xEnviro. Yeah, it's easier. Zibo had all the intention in the world of enabling LibRain in the Zibo mod, and then Explain 12 was announced, and LibRain is going to be default native in Explain 12. So there's no point in doing it. There's more better things to do right now than to worry about LibRain and Explain 11. Right, I'm on the descent, gents.
Bus line has been switched off.
Folks from the flight deck, we've started our descent. Should have you on the ground in about 15 minutes. Want to thank you so much for your company and business, and hope to see you again with us sometime very soon.
Yes, Tommy, that is true. Usually we add like 40, but I mean, that's 1290, so I just thought, you know what, whatever, we'll make it 300. 10 extra is not going to kill anyone. I know some SOPs do use 50, but Sasso told us to use about 40, so yeah. As long as you don't bust the MDA, it's fine. Tommy, the other reason, I'm just going to recap what I said earlier. The other reason I'm using the 1300 there is because I doubt that IAN is going to work. There's no IAN facility in this approach because it literally ends over that piece of lake or ocean or whatever that piece of water is that we're flying over now. Closed my screen so I can't see what exactly it is. Yeah, that's the Mediterranean Sea. So, I mean, it literally Let me show you. It's the route literally ends there, right there, and from there on you have to fly it by hand, you know, go land it yourself. So what happens is from there you now need to decide. That's your MDA. That's where you decide whether you continue or turn away, do the go around. And because there's no guidance from there, there won't be any IAN, which means that you are supposed to then use your VNAV to go down. But VNAV will stop operate at that point as well. So when you come onto the purple, usually when it's a straight in, you'll have IAN. This is an old bendy situation, so there's not going to be any IAN when you fly that purple. But you can fly that last bit, that purple section, with VNAV to get to that point, and then you take over and go around. So that's why I do it that way. If you set your MCP altitude higher, VNAV is going to end where that higher altitude is that you specify. You don't want that. Excellent. Scotsman, I think if it was that easy and if it was acceptable for Zibo, he would have done it. Okay, I mean the guy's a genius. Let's face it. He's not going to mess around if it was that easy. LibRain works in Vulkan. I can show you it works in Vulkan. There are ways to getting it working. Not in the Zibo mod, but I mean Toto did put it into his TPM 900. I've flown with it in Vulkan many times. It works beautiful in Vulkan, but he didn't make it as easy as before. So the developer of the aircraft now needs to go and spend time and resources to get this thing going, and that's why a lot of the guys have opted not to just to go and enable it. You know, it's like, nah, we'll do it one day. You see, Christer is right there as well. That also gives an additional explanation. There's no runway. You've got no runway to go to, so there's no glide path. There's no IAN.
Just brought me all the way in there, Nico.
Sorry, Kevin, my daughter was talking. Say again.
I say you just brought me all the way in.
Okay, we'll have a look. If you say all the way in, did you use IAN? Did it actually create the path and everything for you?
It did, Nico, yeah.
But did you use RNAV A or did you use RNAV to runway 10?
Just on after runway 10, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you see, that's the difference. I chose RNAV A. Mine does not include the data for it. That's the difference. And you mean to say it was just you and me flying together today?
Just us, yeah.
Okay. I hope Uncle John is okay.
He'll be alright. Then we sort him out. thanks for that little flying, Nico, but I've got to go. Catch you all later.
Speak later. Thanks for flying.
Flight level 100. Landing light switches on.
Tommy, it is the IDON to Papa. IDON to Papa, and it's the RNAV A with a transition at ECLOZ.
Approaching transition.
There, I've just put it on the screen for you. ID ON2 Papa and RNAV A with that transition ECLOZ.
Transition level. Ready for approach checklist.
Oh, that's a good idea, Costa. Let's do that. Just a bit late, my speed was increasing there.
To level off.
Oops. Okay, George, stay well.
To level off.
I'm too fast, man. I am just too fast. don't slow down fast enough. We're gonna have to try again. I'm running OpenGL and it has not enabled it any Vulcan.
1000 to level off.
Yeah, I don't want tickets, they're expensive. Yes, but we are fast.
Takeoff was great. We will see your landing.
Come boy. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. Come.
Radio altimeter.
Thousand to go.
Think rate. Pull up.
The reason I'm going a little bit lower than supposed is to pull back up so I can slow down, so we can get a situation where we can actually get flaps.
Terrain. Pull up. Terrain. Pull up. Terrain. Pull up. Terrain. Pull up. Terrain.
Well, we might have to go around here.
Flaps 10 set.
500.
Flaps
400.
15 set.
Unstable.
Yeah, we know.
Approaching 10.
Not too bad. We are a bit low.
300.
Yeah, we should. There's the runway.
Ready for
Took a bit of
landing.
work there, tell you that. Just out the box, damn it. But we made it.
Brake up.
180, Krister.
Auto brake in use.
With the wind coming from the side there as well. Not too bad. I can live with that.
60 knots. Yes.
Makes you work for your money.
Great landing. You are professional.
Tommy. Yeah. Thank you so much. There you go, between 4 and 5. You're right, Krister. Perfect. Oh, that was not bad, eh? After landing procedure.
After landing procedure.
Woo-hoo. You guys must come and try this as well, eh? Really. I'll update the flight plan if I did not yet. I'll go have a look and I'll put the flight plan that I flew exactly in the description below the video. And then you guys must come practice.
Flaps up set.
Robert. I don't know about that. I tried and I won, so that's cool. It worked. Thank you, Hendrik. You too. I don't think that thing works. Oh, it does. It does. That guidance thing was taking a long time before it decided to want to work. Right, brake set and a shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure.
Shooey, that was fun, and I've got a saved flight for it, so go play again. Enjoy, Steve.
Shutdown procedure complete.
Thank you, Honey Bunny. Let's do a replay. I just feel myself wanting to do a replay. Yeah, that was a terrible attitude. Yeah. Guys, I don't know if you noticed, but for some reason, my engines, when I thought it was at idle, was not. It was at my throttle position. And just prior to that, I actually lost my auto throttle. I then got auto throttle back on. And it's like the Zibo then, it ignored, the issue that you set there with the throttle. A noise lock, and it actually picked up on the throttle, and I noticed it too late. That's why it didn't want to slow down, because my throttles, I think, were between 40 and 50%, which obviously made the aircraft not slow down. So there's another little lesson that you guys might have missed that I picked up on. So you guys can roll back, watch the video again. You'll see it didn't really go to idle. After I switched the auto throttle off, and I was manually controlling the throttles, then actually I saw it was coming, reducing speed, coming down in speed. It just shows you all these little things you need to keep an eye on. It's amazing. You're welcome, Krista. Then I was climbing a little bit again just to get the profile better.
That's what I was looking for. If that fails, one hit start, get it up, get like 2 8 maybe, or just everyone comes. And then you just forms open.
Yeah, it was movement, and at touchdown it was like 8 or 9 knots coming from about 10 o'clock. So it wasn't a full-on crosswind, but it was enough to make me crab a bit, and you'll see after landing I had to quickly get my nose back because it was sucking me into the left there. Look at that crab, look at that, look at that. You have to contend with a lot all of a sudden.
That's what I'm saying.
And I made it just outside the box there, which isn't good, but we made it. Look at that. Wow. See, that's where I had to quickly start correcting for that wind. That's so amazing.
in letters, we just get on it.
Wow.
See it.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. Yeah, not bad. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Hope you had fun. I'll try my best to stream again this evening because tomorrow is going to be difficult again with Mother's Day here in South Africa. My sister-in-law and her husband are coming over for a braai or something. So I'm not sure when you'll see me tomorrow. If I can fit one in early in the morning, I'll try quickly. Otherwise, very late in the afternoon, maybe if even. Otherwise, tonight. So we've got options. You guys enjoy yourself. We'll talk later. Take care. And you.